What is the best film you've ever seen? And don't tell me it's like Batman Returns or Shrek 2, something that almost everybody considers to be almost perfect. I've searched all throughout history to find the best film ever, so welcome to Retro Reviews. Today we have a special guest! Oh yeah, and we're also reviewing The Shining! The Shining is entertaining, horrifying, and a certainly memorable experience. But before we review it, I feel like I should try to explain what's going on in the film, because much of it is left unexplained. Now, what I think is happening in the movie doesn't make much sense, but neither did the movie, so we should be fine. I think that the hotel that the Torrances stay in throughout the movie is built on an ancient native burial ground, and the ghosts of the natives are haunting the entire place. Now, I didn't think of this idea, but I am adding to it. So this idea is clearly shown through the use of native imagery in the film, like here, here, and here. And in all three, they are either being ignored or attacked. Also, this idea is confirmed in this throwaway line.
The site is supposed to be located on an Indian burial ground.
This mistreatment of the dead probably made the ghosts really angry, so they decided to take their anger out on the people inside the hotel. Their plan was to expose the residents to the supernatural elements of the house, and hope that this would make the more morally questionable ones kill each other. This works at first as Delbert Grady successfully kills his two daughters, his wife and himself, and they can all be seen as ghosts in the movie. The ghosts then try to get Jack to kill his family throughout the movie, which isn't that hard to do because he is, irredeemably awful. And they would have gotten away with it too if it hadn't been for that meddling kid who uses his supernatural powers to save himself and his mother from the crazy man. It is left unclear whether this stopped the ghosts or not, because in the last shot of the movie we see a picture of Jack in the 1920s, which is either showing us how people like Jack have and always will murder people in this house, or it may represent how his old-fashioned ways have forced him to be left behind in the past. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention it, but Jack Torrance is now dead.
Cut! Retro, you know you can't have jumpscares on your channel. Our 13 to 18 demographic will not approve of this kind of behaviour.
Sorry, dickhead, but remind me, why is it a 13 to 18 demographic? I thought we appealed to everyone the same amount, that amount being not at all.
Don't be so stupid, Retro. It's because the primary way of earning money on YouTube is through advertisers. YouTube can't have videos with adult themes because they're inappropriate for advertisers. And they can't have videos for people under 13 because then we will be sending targeted ads to children, which is illegal.
Sorry, dickhead, it won't happen again.
Ooh, and another thing, stop calling me Dick Ed. My name is Edwards, Richard Edwards, sir to you. None of this Dick Ed nonsense.
Does it really matter?
Silence! Double detention after work is finished!
Okay, I can see you're mad, but hey, wait, did you just say detention?
Oh, I used to be a substitute teacher.
That's great. Hey, can you go now?
What? No. Do you talk to your friends that way? I mean, I'll go, but not because you told me to!
Well, that's dickhead for you. He's just mad right now because of the script I sent him. Yeah, I really hate that guy. Well, at least now that he's gone, I can go back to making the review how I want. The Shining is great. No surprises there. And I think its secret to its greatness is in its weirdness. For example, there is a scene in this movie where a man in a bear costume comes out of nowhere, and in context, it's so random, but it's scenes like this that give the film the horrifying vibes that it's going for. The whole film does a great job at keeping you on the end of your seat because it's too unpredictable for you to be able to tell what will happen next. These scenes aren't random though. Each one of them has a deeper meaning that the internet has spent ages trying to show me. Some say the film is a metaphor for the demons of alcohol and how they can change who you are. And some say the film is a confession that Stanley Kubrick fakes the moon landing. But that's just what some people have been saying. Getting people to agree what happened in The Shining is almost as hard as getting people to agree on what happened in The Matrix. The difference is that The Shining is good. And that's because The Shining creates a legitimately spooky atmosphere through its use of captivating wide shots, exceptional music, and a cast of characters who are all just perfectly cast. But most importantly, any film that can inspire other idiots to make their own explanations of what is happening in the movie is a film that I have a great respect for. That's why it's my favourite out of the 4 films that I've reviewed so far. Is Dickhead gone yet? Yeah, he was gone ages ago. Why are you trying to avoid him? Well, he's my father. I don't care. Well, you asked. Besides, don't you want to know the sad backstory that made Burnham Watt into the perfect man that he is today? No, but I would like to know why he named you Burnham Watt, of all things. Well, Watt is a name that has been passed down in my family for generations, and I got the nickname Burnham Watt because I like to start fires. Burnham, of course, being an abbreviation of Burnham. I have several questions about this. Number 1, what? And number 2, please refer to question 1. Well, don't knock it until you've tried it, asshole. Fire makes me feel things. To me, at least, it reminds me of how one day we will all die, and how nothing we do matters. And that I shouldn't ever think about my past, because one day nobody will be alive to remember it, so I may as well enjoy myself. Also, fire kills my enemies. Now what could possibly be wrong with that? Because it's extremely unsafe, amongst several other things. You just don't understand because you're basic, and clearly lack the tremendous intellect of yours truly. Ugh, can we just agree to disagree on this? It's gonna take me years to animate all this. Fine, but I'm right as always. Sure you are.
Yeah,